Hello, friend. Today I'm bringing you a new video on PowerShell. And like most of Microsoft environment, we are working with products and trying to manage products. One of the one of uh, the things that Microsoft had really puts a lot of stocks in over the years. It's PowerShell, and if you're working to do administrations with any of the cloud services, whether it's a Teams Exchange, SharePoint, and Azure. Entra ID, or as used to know, Azure Active Directory, and Intune, all the cloud services nowadays, as well as security and compliance compatibility is of Microsoft Cloud Services. They utilize PowerShell. Is still a major component of really working with all the all of that and managing all of that. It's an important piece of puzzles that is your Microsoft services that are out there, and that's what is going to be required. Today, I'm going to give you a good grasp and understanding of PowerShell. I'm going to demonstrate also to you a lot of examples that it's going to uh, be very good and be very handy for you in your life, and to manage that on your daily life, while you're working with the IT world. So it's a PowerShell. It's an important piece of the puzzle that is your Microsoft services that are out there. Um, I want to spend some time making sure that you guys have fundamentals, because it's really hard to understand. You know, uh, the more advanced things that you can do, that your command line environment. Um, if you don't understand the basics, that I want to make sure you understand the foundations. Matter of fact, of PowerShell here. And folks, as you saw me in the earlier video, I always recommend you to do uh, the PowerShell search. And there's a lot of them, matter of fact, and I'm gonna get to each one of them. There's PowerShell ISE. There's PowerShell for x86 version. So when you open the PowerShell on any one of these two, you're gonna right click on it, and then you will run as an admin. So you will have more privileges and elevated access, rather just clicking on it regularly. That's my opinion. First things first, actually. And also, if you're in a command prompt, for example, here in DOS, we call it, you can type power shell, and PowerShell.exe. It's gonna be, or PowerShell is gonna be switching you right away, as into PowerShell also. Besides that, you're going to start and type the word PowerShell in there physically, though. That's another things you need to guys you need to know. So, folks, as I mentioned, there's another PowerShell a palette that uh, uh, another way that Microsoft uses scripting environment is built in to help you with the writing script. So that's that's different than this one, and it's gonna give you two different view where you can uh, split the screen, and as you can see, and you can put the script here, and then it's going to be implemented and executed right here. So you can script is going to be in this top portion, and the execution part is going to be, and also you can add things in here while you're doing the which is that's a nice part of this. So this is PowerShell, Windows PowerShell ISE, as you saw me. I type it and run it as an right click on run it as an administrator also. So as I mentioned to you folks, PowerShell is a very powerful tools that you can be utilized. For one, it works off of the verb noun system. Whenever you run PowerShell commands, it's going to start with the word that is the verb, and then there is going to be a dash, and then there is going to be a noun. Um, this is one thing I will need to mention and clarify. So, for example, if I want to see some information about something, I will get the word get, as you see. That's the word you're gonna type to get something. That's uh, that's something. It's a command of a verb. And if I want to change something or alter something, I'm gonna use the word here set. That see. Um, and set it will let me modify and also let me alter something that I need to change here. Um, and folks, if I want to, for example, delete something, I will use the word remove here instead of delete. And if I want to move something, I type go ahead and move. And if I want to copy something, copy. That's the commands I'm gonna use. And if I want to start something like a service, I'm gonna use the word start in here also. So these are like commands, usually, uh, and that can be utilized. Also, if I want to, for example, stop something, I can use the command stop. Uh, so it uses a verb noun systems actually. So that's the thing for with the PowerShell. And speaking of services, for example, if I want to try to see not on the cloud though, but basically right here on this Windows that I'm using. Speaking, if I want to see a service running on the Windows operating system, uh, even to in talking about the we're about cloud, we're not talking about it, you know, um, about it right now. But on a window, I can type the word get dash services, and that's now the one things I'd like to mention about uh, the PowerShells. It does intelligent systems like it does remember um, what we have had typed. And the intelligence meaning in the PowerShell, when you type here, for example, get dash serve, usually when you this is here, when you have used a lot of these commands a lot, when you tap, actually right now, this is my first time I'm utilizing this, it is going to come up itself, shows you the command and that you are planning to use here. Um, that's one of the things, the feature of the IntelliSense in the PowerShell in here. So that's just to remind to give you clarification about the IntelliSense part of the PowerShell. And for example, if I tab the one I mentioned to you, get uh, there you go. See, if this doesn't come up with the wrong one, you can tap it and there again, and it's going to give you all the services as you saw. So if you tap up and down arrow in here, and this is what I have clear. Also, you can type clear in here, and it's going to clear the entire screen for you. But when I tap the word services, as you can see now, it's in the intelligence system. It does remember it, even with the mistakes that I tap with the S instead of one without S actually. So if you use an up and down arrow key on a keyboard, it does come up with the last things you typed in there. So I'm going to clear up this screen here, as you see, folks. And also for me, go ahead and type the services here. And for example, if I want to start dash service, I can type that, and the name of the service that was with what the name of the service was stopped. And here, if I want to stop the service, I can type stop dash service and the name of the service in here. So to initiate the uh, the command, you need a dash and in here, and you need a dash and the name actually of the service in here. It has to be followed by the dash after the service to execute in here. As you can see, what it turned yellow. That's mean it's going to execute for the service. You're going to stop, and the service is currently running. That you can type it, and you're gonna stop that service. Or if you want to um, service dash and the name of the service in here. And that's what you're gonna type it here. Of course, not typing the name, the word name, but the name of the service, which needs to be stored. For example, like uh, uh, you know, Windows updates, for example. That's you can start it. That's the thing. Actually, you can type it basically. I don't want to start and um, start or stop that. I misspelled it. Oh, there you go. Dash C dash and the name of the service. And I'm going to give you an example. So when RM Windows Remote Management has been stopped, so I can go ahead and type here start service dash name, and you can type or you can use your when RM, here you go, and when you press enter, supposedly give you one line without error message. That's meaning the service is going to be start. in here. And there's a say that in PowerShell, when there's no news, good news, when you don't see a red, like for example, if I have mistyped it or did something uh, wrong in here, maybe I misspelled a letter. So you see, this is a red. That means there's it's going to tell you something wrong. That there is no such a thing star service name and or there is not present or this line. But when there is a when you execute it the right way, and as you saw earlier, and we start the Win services Win RM, and that was it gave me a command line after that PowerShell command line. That means it's been has been executed successfully. We just started the Win RM. I know it's showing here it stopped, but I'll demonstrate to you that that's gonna be started in a minute. So if I refresh the screen and type the as you know, if you down arrow to the get services and you hit enter, and you will see when RM, as you can see here, folks, is running right now. We just started actually, and if you want to stop the service, actually you can go ahead and stop service when RM, and you press enter, and again give you one command line, as you can see, and that's a good thing. So that's mean it's been executed, and we can check by also go and get to services, press enter, and then you will see the WinRM has been stopped, as you can see, folks, here. So that's in a nutshell about this one command, only one simple command, matter of fact. And we're gonna go ahead and I'll give you the other illustrations. So one things I want to do here, you don't need this screen to be populated, so you can go to clear, and it will clear the screen for you to the first line here with the flashing cursor. That's uh, that's one thing you can do, or even CLR. It will or CLS. I believe that's a CLS for clear. Also can do that for you. And let me see, double check that. This is KCLS basically. So basically CLS, it does a clears command also. It will clear the screen beside the clear word, the word clear though. So folks, just give you an illustrations about the, the process that I've done here about the get services. As you know, OneRM is a Windows remote management, so it does allow me to remote, or anybody wants to remote to this specific computer, which I stopped it actually. So if I need to, for example, if I need to remote to other computers, and if this services is blocked in the other computer, you're not going to be able. So if I get if I want to get to for example, get services service of other computer dash, we can type dash computer name, and dash if there is like a client theory on other end near network, which I can demonstrate to you later on. Well, if you had enter, you can get in actually to the other computers in here. So that's just illustrations about that in here for the get service for if you tab the computer name and space the client computer name actually in there, so you can be able, if the WinRM on the other end, one RM, and the other computer is open. That's allowable actually. So, and the other things basically, folks, you can do is um, if you can type enter dash PowerShell PS on the PowerShell session, and then dash computer name, and as I said, the client client theory. If there is such a clients or host names out there, so you can basically, if that's allowable, just so I mistype the enter in here. So back, you guys can correct that, folks, by going on the arrow on the keyboard, back, left and right. So instead of executing, you cannot just use your mouse in here. You can use your arrow, actually, same as a command prompt. So enter PS sessions on then computer name, and then you type the clients actually that you want to remote into. And friend, I'm not going to do the remoting sessions here and give you that's a different subjects. I'm just trying to illustrate to you the fundamental of a PowerShell and show you how powerful actually how powerful PowerShell is in here. So uh, that's one of the that's one of the things actually the benefit of PowerShell. And there's a lot of commands actually. For example, if I want to type to get process in here, dash, and so you can see the a lot of process is going to be pulled out and shown to me in this illustrations. And folks, I can get the if I want to get the process of other computers, I can do that by if they are on a network, of course, connected to the same domain. So you can type computer name and also type the client 10 client 11, for example, and client client 15, for example. So I can do that, and it's gonna pull all the informations that and I just that I need to be pulled out for the process for every single computer, as you can see, for three of them, and then you can change it by the going like in here, and as you can see, same way you do with the command prompt is pretty much here. You can do it, but it's more again, PowerShell is more powerful and it give authoritative actually on the computers, on the networks, and a lot of things, folks, in here. And there's other things that you can, as I mentioned, do with PowerShell. There's something is called piping. Piping is where you take an output from one computer and you send it to the input of another computer. That's that's uh, um, that's another things. Let me clear up this screen. So as I mentioned, folks, for piping, you can go ahead and type space and then shift and then it's above the pipe is above the backslash on above enter and you type that and then we're gonna say out dash file And for example, C colon backslash, what we gonna say, for example, client 20 20 process, or a folder name instead of C, and process this, that txt, for example. So that's it's gonna have a folder, that txt folder, is called client process. So basically, this will generate a file on a C drive called client. I will demonstrate that to you in the coming up during the lessons actually. So it will generate this file on the C drive in here. So that's one of the things, folks, in here. Let me go ahead and clear the screen again. Uh, Friend, another things that PowerShell makes very powerful is allow us to get help on things. For example, if I want to get, let's say, see the Windows event log, in here, we can type get dash and it does come up. And I miss words in here. Then, as you can see, that's what you have mistyped something. It's gonna come up with the red error, but needless to say, so if you type it right and it's for event log, get event log, it's gonna tells you the login name in here. So in this case, you gotta search and find out the right word. So that's what you have, something called that's it's gonna come up very handy when you need help in here, for this type of this to get the command, the right words actually. And help here is very good actually to get on the PowerShell to move around. So so for this, I don't know what is the command, so I can press Control C and exit out of this. See, it does give me to clear up CLS, and I'm gonna type here the command that I'm telling you is gonna be help, but I don't know what I need here. So what I was trying to get, get dash event log. So that's what I need. I'm looking for. Get help. Get dash get space get dash event log, and again, it's gonna give me a red error if I don't be careful. So it's here it tells me the update helps CMDLet downloads most current help files from Microsoft. I don't need that. I can type no for that. So so to get to event log, here's the abbreviations that you need to list. What do you want to list? As you can see, the syntax. Matter of fact, that's the word, and this is the help you're gonna need after typing get event log and then space, and then it's gonna tell you're gonna type the word that you need to add it there, folks. This is, folks, only just a brief syntax. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this. Sometimes I rather do. Let me clear up the screen. I'd rather go on the web and search actually the word exactly, get the dash log, and I'm not sure why I'm missing all the time the T. So it's gonna give me a lot of things that I need, for this command to look for in Microsoft, and also, as you can see there was another locations. There's a lot of syntax here, as you can see, for the PowerShell specifically from the Microsoft itself, and that's what I rather go, and I know I'll get more help into this, and rather going within the PowerShell itself and getting the help, folks. And I really urge you and encourage you folks to look at it through this, through the Microsoft, and even give you an event log for a local computer. As you can see, get event log dash list, and also get event log log name system, the newest five. As you can see, it's going to give you exactly being more specific, matter of fact, than here. And that's what gonna get you to the point of what you are looking for in the event log on the system. What you are searching for, what are you looking for. So it's gonna be more specific if you go and get these commands from here from Microsoft, and do a search for it, rather again going on the PowerShell itself and getting the help from there, though. And also, it's going to go to furthermore on the scripting, how to declare variables. And this is something with the PowerShell, of course, and it's very good to know. Declaring variables is important when you setting up a PowerShell command and scripts, and you have to know about these things. The dashes and all these things, so you can declare your variable the right way without getting an error message, especially if you're in the production environments, folks, in here. So this is an important. The other part, the other place to get the scripts, I would suggest going to the GitHub also. That's the area where I usually go and get the scripts that I need for every single things. Actually, I've done most of them, and it's there for you. You do testing prior to that, and then you implement, folks. That's what you usually have done. Okay, folks. In fact, let's say we want to create a little script, and we'll do this in the this we want to create a little going to get to latest five entries of the security logs and on this computer, and then we want to save it as a file, and then we want to reformat it as in the instead of a list as of a table, and show you the differences here actually. So folks, if you go to the PowerShell ISC, remember how I get to ISC. So if I type, for example, get dash vent log, and you can type dash. If you type a dash, it's gonna give me a list of string actually, or a list of the commands that you need to be utilized. That's the beauty of the PowerShell ISE. Actually, that's what you like to have to make it more robust to you, and you can get see how much easier this is actually if you're trying to write a script or something. You have the parameter right here in front of you, matter of fact. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the log name. I'm gonna hit the space. Is gonna show me after you hit space after the log. It's gonna show me the the logs in here. What do you need after that? The application for the hardware events, for Internet Explorer, for key managements. Look at the beauty of that, folks, here in the ISC PowerShell. So it's not only detecting the parameters, it detects the objects that the parameter is associated with. Look at the beauty of that, folks, in here. Um, so, and then whatever it's associated with, actually. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click on the security in here. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and declare another ones here. I'm going to click on space dash the newest here. Okay. And I'm gonna select 10 entries here. And from this, I can hit on the play. And as you can see, it did pull up 10 entries of log name security, the newest 10, matter of fact, in here for me. Um, Move it, and I cannot maximize this page for you, but as you can see, it did pull up the latest 10, the newest, matter of fact, and here we call it. And the problem is the entries is too long, and this is the what we call it a table. It cannot show it. Cannot show it. Cannot put a format where I can see where you can see everything, folks, here. And as you can see here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna pipe that. Remember pipe symbol, folks, we used earlier. Okay, that command called format. It will, and we can see the format command here too, if you would like. So we're gonna pipe it, and then you're gonna send it as a different format, so it's gonna be more visible and more better viewing in here. So basically, we're gonna go ahead, put a space in here, and then shift, and then pipe, and we're gonna go ahead and type space, and then we're gonna type the word format, and C, and dash, and as you can see, that give you a lot of another variable that, or another, or I'm sorry, another syntax here that you will what do you gonna plan to look for. And in this case, I'm looking for format dash list actually here. And if I click on play, folks, it will be formatted to the as you can see, to this, everything you saw, that um those 10 entries, folks, in there is formatted to me as a list, and every single one of them, though. And, it's going to give me a list of, you can see details of every single one. As what we mentioned earlier, everything says was like combined and compressed in one. Now it's giving you a list of those security locks, everything, and all in detailed in here. And as you can see, this is the entire 10 10 of them, matter of fact, right here. And if I want to, folks, usually most of us in administrations, we like to get these files, or the output, something, to have something on, we have hands on. So we have to transfer that in either in our machines and the client machines, and then, to have it as a file for the records. So if I want to do that, I can go ahead and space it, and again with the pipe, and as I uh, you know, showed you before. It's on above a backslash above enter. You should press shift and then pipe, and then you go ahead and type the uh, out file dash file, and when you type that, it's gonna give you see it's gonna give you the command itself, and that's what you can select this, and that's what I needed actually. Out file, and then where you want it to be actually saved. I'm gonna go ahead on C colon backslash, and I'm gonna name it as sig T, and this is the document underscore. I can put it as a log dot as a txt. Okay, I'm gonna save it as a text file. Okay, folks, and that's what I wanted to be saved in here in the C drive, and then the txt it's gonna be saved in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and run the command, and it come up with no errors, no issues, which just mean either you're gonna go ahead and look at under your C drive, folks, and you're gonna see it as a txt. All the security logs are in here, as you can see. Everything that we have, and it's located uh, in here. So for you to see what happened to this computer, also you can go ahead and look at it in here. We can type dir second asterisk or the and dot txt supposedly is going to give you the name of it is located here, and that's exactly the same one that we looked at it right now, folks, under the C drive, which is this is a lock in here. So this is one of the things you can do with the Windows PowerShell ISC, folks, and that's creating the locks, and also transferring the locks to a more readable, more graspable format that the person can read and see what happened within the security uh, locks on the computer or on the network, on anything. So, folks, the other things you can do with the and that's more popular with the PowerShell is declaring variables, for example, and here that's one of the things actually. So if I can do dollar sign and computer name, and there you go. I'll make it some space here, and space equal sign, and then client, let's say 40 in here. And also I can throw the variable here, dash um, computer name, um, base dollar sign, um, the computer name, And if I, usually save that, and also if I run that, it's gonna run the client 40, basically the newest security logs, folks. So this is just a basic thing. So running the variable for this, either I can run it separately in here, or I can run the entire commands in here. Basically, I can either or do that, uh, if, in here. So that's the thing. So when declaring variable, just using the dollar signs and PowerShell in here, folks. And and one of the things also, I can use the dollar signs here to declare the variables also, rather in the script area, as you can see. And for example, if I say this is gonna do some tricks and calculations, small simple things to show you if dollar sign, for example, num is for number, this stands for number one. Uh, we're gonna put equal one, and also we're gonna put here variable, and num or sign number base equal, put two. Okay, and so in the PowerShells, if we specifies, for example, the uh, dollar sign num, and plus sign, and num dollar sign variable, and then num um, 2 in here, and that's gonna give us, well, did not put actually the num sign for that. It's gonna give me the 1, actually, because um, we did not specify it in there as a num here. Or if we can go ahead and change that, folks, to instead of num2, because it did come up with 2, and it's supposed to give us 3. So I shouldn't put the 1, because it did calculate it differently, subtracted 2 from 1, basically. So this is as a small demonstration. So what is the variable can do? You can change things. You can add the things. For example, dollar sign um, um, equal 20, 20, and also you can do dollar sign uh, num equal another 20, or put num equal 20. So if we combine, so in this case, gonna be supposed to give me a $40 sign. Dollar sign num without numbers, of course, plus, and dollar sign um, equal 40. So this is one of the So this is one of the things the variable does. It does the calculations exactly as it's a computer, does the calculations for you. This is a very, very basic of declaring variables, folks, in here on this demonstrations. And another things here, when you save these scripts, it's going to be saved as dash ps1, folks, and that's what is going to be saving these process for you. And one more things, actually, you have to make sure that the execution policy, that's important though, on the computers not been, or on the PowerShell has not been set restricted. Usually these things set restricted because of hacking, to limit the hacking or anything like that. It won't be hacked in uh, or taking control of your computer and sabotaging your computer. So these PowerShells usually get restricted until you unrestrict them, actually. So that's one of the things, and I'll demonstrate to you in a minute. And by default, the Windows always, if you type it here, and I'll show you that I get this policy. Here you go, and gonna see what does it say. It's restricted. So you can get execution policy unrestricted by set. In this case, remember, we have to use the verb to give command for this. So we can go ahead, set dash exec or set dash execution policy. Uh, see, see. And we're gonna go ahead with another dash and execution policy, another one, unrestricted quotes, right here. And we press enter. It's gonna ask you here, this is, as I mentioned to you, is security that protect you from scripts that you may do not trust. Changing this and blah blah blah. It's gonna tell you a lot of things. Gonna say yes to all, and then when you go ahead and get the execution policy, is gonna show you is restricted. So um, personally, I will set it back the way it was. I can set the execution policy. As you can see, I'm toggling through the you know to I'm toggling through these things here, and I can set it back the way to it used to be restricted. Matter of fact, instead of unrestricted. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna look for uh, the word restricted. Okay, there you go. And I'm gonna go ahead, and then you're gonna say yes to all again. And then when you go ahead and get that, and you're gonna see the execution policy went back to square number one as restricted again, folks. This is one of the things is good, to set these execution policy. And again, execution policy is important to have it restricted, again, to protect your computer from a lot of scripts, a lot of hackings going on these nowadays. So that's important, though. So, folks, this is the end of my class. Hopefully, this gave you guys just a quick look at and quick foundations of PowerShell and and give you a little bit of understanding of working with PowerShell and how it can really benefit you. Uh, we did not have really looked at it from the cloud perspective here. We just looked at it from the local computer perspective, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of understanding of utilizing PowerShell's command. So that's all what I have for you, friends, for this. As always, I appreciate your likes and subscribes, and hopefully this video will help you within your IT career. And if you have any question and comments, please add them in the comment section. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you.